Now we're gonna start recording. Welcome to the fourth podcast, everybody.
Hey.
Sal, what's going on in your life, bud?
Not much. We started recording right as I took a bite of my Count Chocula.
Yeah.
Cereal, by the way, for anyone that's uncultured and doesn't know.
Yeah, I think it's pretty well known that Count Chocula is cereal.
It is the best time of the year.
What I did not know is that it's like a seasonal thing.
Yeah.
I thought it was just available.
So I got Count Chocula and Blueberry because those are my favorites.
Interesting.
There's another one for strawberry. I think
Frankenberry.
It's Frankenberry, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
But it makes strawberry milk, and I'm not the biggest fan of strawberry.
Strawberry milk's gross.
So
It's really gross.
I'm not gonna go that far, but I will say
Blueberry milk is gross, to be honest.
it's not blueberry though. It's just berry.
Oh, so it's like fruit. It's like Fruity Pebbles.
Yeah, it's kind of similar to that,
Okay,
if I
cool.
remember correctly. It's been 2 years since I've had this kind of cereal, so.
Wait, because you
Yeah.
were deployed
Yep.
at the time, and they don't
Yeah.
have Blueberry and Kuwait.
Actually, I was in Syria in October. So
Oh, shit, what?
They definitely didn't have.
I thought you were in Kuwait.
I was for half my deployment, and the other half I was in Syria.
I didn't know that.
I feel like I've told you that
I don't.
before.
You may have. It's very possible you did. But anyway, before we get too far into this, I'd just like to dedicate this episode to our most avid listener, Leanna Stewart.
Whoop, whoop.
Yeah, she listens to all of our podcasts apparently, and so yeah. Hi, Leanna. What's up?
Love you, Leanna.
We're
Have
gonna
fun on your date tonight.
have fun. do you
Just throwing that out.
do you like that we're making your personal life public? Anyway,
No.
at some point we're gonna start having guests on the show, and I'll get that all set up for a remote thing. Unless Leanna, you want to make the trip down to Kansas for an hour?
Don't do it. It's a trap.
Yeah, it is a trap. Don't come to Salina, please. It's awful.
Send a voice recording or something.
Stay away. Yeah. She sends like responses, and we have to come up with questions for
God,
it.
this is gonna be like months in the making.
Oh, jeez.
No, Sammy probably owes me, since I'm letting him borrow my PS4 and
He was gonna be
Spider-Man.
on anyway, wasn't he?
Yeah, I know, but like
Oh.
now maybe we.
Now
can
he's
get him
obligated
now
to.
we can maybe get him to come down here instead of us bringing it up to him.
Oh, I figured we would get him to come down here because that's one person coming down here, and otherwise it's two people, and that's more inconvenient.
Yeah, but you're forgetting the fact that we live in Salina, and this place is a gaping hole of suck.
That's fair, but I don't
So
want to pack
who would want to come down here?
I don't want to pack the equipment. I get sad when I leave Manhattan, so like I don't want to go there, be happy, and then have my soul crushed when I leave, and then have to come back to Salina, and when I enter the town, be like, oh, I wish I was in Manhattan. So instead, we'll make Sammy's day. He'll come here, get sad for an hour, and then leave and be happy when he goes to Manhattan.
Yay.
Yeah.
I hope your train of thought is his.
He understands.
Yeah. Well, I'll just be like, hey, you should bring down my PS4 to me. And then that day I'll be like, can't, quickly.
Quickly, let's play.
Ambush.
Yeah, I definitely need to play Spider-Man at some point.
I played like the first couple missions. And like me and him were like rotating whenever we die. He's such a terrible Spider-Man. He makes a great Peter Parker, though.
Oh, nice.
Because like you play as both. And I guess kind of spoilers. Not really, though.
It's whatever.
So, like,
Who's
Peter-
listening? There's
Yeah,
4
right.
subscribers.
Okay. No need to get too real.
There are 4 subscribers though, which is cool. But anyway, continue.
No, so like when you're playing as Peter Parker, you just do like stupid, boring science stuff. And whenever that happened, I would hand the controller to Sam if I still had it. And there was one mission I was like, sweet, it's my turn. I just finished beating someone. I think it was like Kingpin. And I just finished getting to like this art museum. And it switched to Mary Jane. And I was like, I am not about to do this boring-ass character with no powers.
I want to go web slinging.
You know what
this.
the mission was her just taking pictures with her camera in the museum
Boo.
and sneaking around one of the curators. I was like, the fuck? I did not get this game to play Mary Jane, the amazing sidekick girlfriend.
That's funny.
Pissed me off.
Oh jeez. I forgot who wrote the article, but somebody wrote a really crappy review for Spider-Man, and people got really pissed off because his review started out, like the title of it was "They Turned Spider-Man into a Cop, and that sucks." And then his whole thing, the first thing that he said was, "I only played Spider-Man for like 3 hours, but already they're having him like support the police of the NYPD." And he posted this. He posted this yesterday, and today is 9/11, and so like people got mad. People got really pissed off. It's like, why would you do that? Why would you take a shot at the NYPD on that day? And it was a crappy review. Like, you'd only played for 3 hours. You know
Yeah,
what
that's
you're
not
talking about.
even a legitimate review at that point.
Yeah, and it's just like, ooh, Spider-Man's helping the cops? No way. What a fucking surprise. Not like he ever does that.
He literally always did that. Like,
Yeah,
listening
and-
into, like, police radio and then going to help.
Yeah, and he's like, he's not really helping all the cops. He's really helping just a specific cop. But it's just like, come on, guys.
Ridiculous.
He fights crime.
Yeah.
Like, that's the whole point.
Regardless, he's going to be helping the police.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah. No, I mean, if he only played for like 3 hours, that's about as far as me and Sam got. Because we were playing for like 3 to 5 hours.
Wow.
Yeah. But like I said, we kept dying, and it wasn't like one person playing through. So it would switch skill level because he started off the game because I kind of wanted to watch mainly. And then we'd switch out. So it wasn't like one person constantly getting experience. So we were going a little bit slower than what probably would have happened. But it was pretty funny. So you have like a spider sense, right?
Right.
For incoming attacks. And like you have to press circle, I think, to
It's
dodge.
it's like a counterattack.
No, just to dodge it.
Oh, okay.
And so like that's what Sam was really bad at. He never dodged. He just would take the hits. And, like, it was so bad that like you got to upgrade your suit, and he wound up upgrading the defense of it to make it like bulletproof and like more resistant
So
to
you
like
just stand and
melee
take it?
weapons. Yeah, so he was like, "Yeah, this is probably what I'm gonna need to survive." And I was like, "Jesus."
Just dodge.
Yeah, because like a little like white alert thing pops over your head.
Yeah,
when
it's
there's
like
an
a
incoming attack.
It's like Assassin's Creed or
Yeah, or like
Batman,
Batman,
or
yeah.
any other game where you have to fight other enemies
Exactly.
in a combat setting like
And he
that.
just never did it. He literally just tanked the hit and
That's-
died.
That's funny because Sam loves he prefers the counterattack in Assassin's Creed, and he really hated it when they took it off of Unity, I think.
So there wasn't a counterattack. Like I said, it was just a dodge.
Well, yeah, but that's
Yeah.
still like a way to get out of the way. Where I think in Unity, I only played like 3 hours. So, but like it got to a point where I couldn't finish a quest, and it immediately broke the game for me, and I haven't picked it up since. But
Jesus.
but yeah, in Unity, it like I think they took away the counterattack, and like it just
Well, the
it
counter
wasn't-
made it so much easier.
Yeah,
too.
and it just made it more fun, made it more intuitive that way, at least in my opinion.
So I think Sam was kind of counteracting it. So me, I like the dodging and then attacking when I find an opening. For Sam, I think he tried to force a counterattack kind of thing, because if you hit them before they hit you, then they're not going to hit you, right? So I think what he was doing was just not timing it right, because he'd be hitting one opponent and then someone behind him would try and hit him, and he wouldn't reverse the attack soon enough, so he'd just get punched in the back of the head. But the reason I bring this up is because like there's a dodge button, right? And during one of the missions right before you fight Kingpin, there's a guy on a balcony and he shoots a rocket at you. And I got past him, and then it was two guys shooting rockets. And for some reason, for those two, they shot their rockets, and instead of hitting circle, I hit square, which is how you punch. So I made Spider-Man jump in the air and kick one of the missiles, and it just exploded. And I like flew back into the wall.
Nice.
I was just like, what the fuck just happened?
Oh man,
It was great. It was great.
I need to get that game.
It's a lot of fun. My favorite part is just swinging around Manhattan. So that's what I did.
That's what everybody's favorite part is.
It's the best part. Like,
Everybody's just like, oh yeah, swinging around. Yeah,
it
best
feels
part.
so real. Like like the speed of like dropping off and then swinging back up like a pendulum.
From what I've seen, it looks like they did a really good job on that.
It took me back.
Nice. Took you back to which?
They had one on Xbox, I think.
That's right.
And that's all I did. I didn't finish the game at all because I just swung around town and fought bad guys, like street level villains.
My favorite part about like Assassin's Creed was just jumping over the buildings, like trying to have like a chain of just jumping on top of buildings and like assassinating people. It's just super fun.
You might hear me chew cereal. I'm still eating this Count Chocula.
Yeah, great conduct for a podcast, Sal.
What?
We're gonna have to have a talk later, Sal.
We're talking right now.
We're gonna have to have a private talk later, Sal. I'm just kidding. But
For the viewers, he just rolled his eyes at me.
I'm just gonna start asking questions while your mouth is full. So you
That's
sound.
how you started the podcast.
I know. That's what I'm saying, though.
Ugh.
I noticed a lot of. I'm just gonna point out all my insecurities. I noticed.
Oh.
Yeah, I noticed a lot of speech patterns that I have when I was editing one of our podcasts. I have this stupid thing where I'll like run out of breath and I'll like intake. I'll breathe, but it'll be very pronounced and you can like hear it. And if you go back and listen to the podcast, you can like pick out every time I do it. And I'm super self-conscious about that. And it reminds me of Isaac every time because Isaac is one of the only people who has picked up on it and who reminds me about it.
Really?
Yes. And
I was gonna say I've never picked up on it either.
well, yeah. Now you're going to. You're gonna hear me because I'll be like, I'll do that, and it'll.
Well, I've heard that before, but it's never been like.
Never.
It always felt like it had a purpose. It wasn't because you were like talking too much. It always felt like you were like, oh, like what do I say?
No, that's good.
Kind of thing.
I've been like trying to. I also sniffle into the mic. I need to stop doing that. But allergies need to stop plaguing me, and then I will stop doing that. But yeah.
That's funny. Let's see here. So my body hurts completely. I think I said last time that I was on like antibiotics or whatnot.
Did you? I can't remember.
I can't remember either. But today's the last day, so that's kind of why I figured because it was like a 10-day thing.
And that's why your body hurts.
So,
That's not why your body.
No, that's not why my body hurts. But it's like a symptom of it is like for the first 5 days of those 10, I couldn't do anything. So I've been living a very sedentary life, and today I finally felt fine, and I went to the gym. Then I went for a run.
God damn, dude.
And I took pre-workout prior to.
Jeez.
So like when I was at the gym, I didn't feel anything, and I still had so much energy afterwards that I was like, yeah, let's go for a run. Sorry, excuse me. And I start going for a run, and about halfway through, I ran 2 miles. At my mile marker, I was like, oh my God, the energy's gone. My sides are hurting. And on my way back, on the last, like, probably 200 feet-ish to my car, I felt my hips getting ready to, like...
Give out?
Not give out, like... dislocate. It
my
felt
God.
like, yeah.
Oh.
It was like a cramp on my inner thigh.
Oh, shit.
But up towards like the pelvis area. So it felt like with each like contraction, it felt like it was going to pop my hip out. And I was like, ah.
Oh, my God.
And like I buckled over a little bit. And I was like, oh my God, it hurts. And then as I was walking to my car, my calf started going into pain. And I was like, oh my God, oh my God. So I'm very much expecting to have cramps tonight when I sleep.
Fun.
It's super fun.
Eat a banana. That's
I
what
did.
You're, that's
yeah,
what you're
I ate
doing.
a banana
Yeah.
already.
You ever notice when you eat a banana, you don't want a second banana?
I was not aware of that until now. Thank you.
Right? You ever think of that? You're gonna think about that now, huh? You're gonna eat a banana and you're gonna be like,
Well, I mean, I just started thinking about it too because I ate the banana and I thought about eating another banana
then
because
you don't
like
eat
potassium, but I was like,
I don't want another banana.
no.
Right? Isn't
Like,
that weird?
It was so such a subconscious choice too. I was like, no, fuck that.
You gotta also drink water and shit. But
Yeah, that's why I've been doing that too.
on any other day, would you recommend drinking pre-workout before running?
Yes, before
Okay.
running, yes.
Why?
Not right before though. If you get cramps really easy.
Oh, cool. Okay.
So like for me, if I drink water or something right before, I'll get a cramp while I'm running.
Oh.
So if you are going to take pre-workout, put only like a little bit in, not a little bit of pre-workout, but like in a little bit of water. So it's more of just like one quick drink, not like a whole water bottle.
Just take like a
So
shot of pre-workout.
It'll be super concentrated, yeah. But it'll, like for me, it helps prevent getting a cramp. And then
Pre-workout prevents cramping.
No, by just taking a shot of it.
I see.
So it's like the same amount, but in less water. So you have less liquid in there to like give you a cramp.
I'm trying to. I have to. It's getting cold, and I have to motivate myself to run because I have been trying to motivate myself to run since I graduated high school.
I'm gonna say this again. You can come with me.
Yeah, I probably should. Probably have a running buddy would probably help.
Especially now, you're gonna be at the same level, if not better, than me right now.
If not, fuck no, I will not be better than you. There's no way. If you really
Today
think,
was really bad.
I have not run literally for 4 years. There's no way that I'm better than you. You're definitely ahead of me. If I'm thinking back to like cross country, you would definitely be ahead of me.
If it makes you feel any better, the only reason I really was like, I have to do this is because Bryce is so far ahead of me. Like this weekend, he had a physical fitness test for the Army, and part of it is like a 2-mile run.
Oh.
You want to guess what he got?
What'd you get?
Like a 13 something. And that was with walking.
He walked it in 13 minutes?
No.
Oh.
Like with a little bit of walking in there too.
Oh, damn. That is fast. That's like...
He was telling me at the first half mile, he was at 3 minutes. And then at the mile marker, he was at 6:14, I think.
It's not bad.
Yeah. And then at a mile and a half, he was at 9:40 something.
So at 5K, he probably would have hit like the 19-minute mark.
Yeah, 5K, he did that in Kuwait, and he smoked it. There was a couple ones that he won.
Wow.
Yeah, no, he's a runner.
I think my fastest time in the 5K was like 1950 or something. And that was when like I was peak senior year, the last meet, and then I stopped running for 4 years.
I think the best I ever got was into the 21 minutes, which was I was fine with that.
Yeah.
But otherwise, I was averaging around 23 to 24-ish.
I just remember senior year, I got better with each meet, which was really cool because I'd never done something like that before. And then when I left for college,
I've never gotten better before.
Well, no, I'd never increased in quality before. Like I never kept track of it. Like
I love it.
Maybe I was doing that all 4 years, but I just never kept track of it until senior year when he handed out those little booklets at the end of the year. But yeah, I thought that was really cool. And then when I went to college, in my head, I was like, yeah, I'm going to run to the pool that they have on campus every day, and I'm going to swim laps, and I'm going to stay in shape. And then I joined band, and I was like, fuck that. I'm going to just do band because this is enough.
It's a lot.
There was so with band at K-State, I'm sure they do this the same in every other band, but the week before classes start, you have band camp. And it's literally 12 hours a day. You're either practicing in the building, just practicing music, but that's like 20% of it. And then like 40% of it is outside in the heat, just marching and learning the drill and like doing parade marches. And then the rest of it's just like learning the music, I guess. I don't know. But
yeah,
like,
that sounds terrible.
Yeah. But it was fun, and it was fun, and I miss it. Like the first year was like really brutal, and then the second and third year it was really fun because I had friends.
So what's your excuse now that you're not in band?
I have no excuse, which is why I feel like a piece of shit for not running.
I just wanted to hear you say that out loud.
Yeah, I know you did.
I knew you had no excuse.
I also have like work and school that I'm really trying to focus on, but there's like 20 minutes every morning where I could just go out and run real fast. And yeah.
My favorite place to run. So there's 2 parks that I mainly go to, and there's a third that I do sometimes, just because it has a lot of hills.
Mm-hmm.
So it's more of it's like a good scenic route, and also really good for building up your endurance and testing it out a little bit too.
Right.
But there's one close to where you live.
Okay.
That has like a running trail, and it goes around the entire park.
I think I've been to that one.
That one's nice. But the one,
like a pond in the middle of it.
yeah,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
yeah, that one's nice. That one I like running if I'm running just for fun.
That one's over by that new high school they built.
Yeah, and they're still working on the construction of it.
Mm-hmm.
It's weird because Pokemon Go still tells me there's a road there, and there's not. So that sucks.
I haven't played Pokemon Go in so long.
It's fine.
Neither has the rest of the world.
Hey, I think a few people still play.
How many concurrent players are there now? Like
There's still quite a bit.
like 300,000, 500,000?
I don't know. That's something we could probably look at. I kind of feel like I wanted to anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So like I started playing again because when Bryce came down to visit me the first time back in like June, and he was playing Pokemon Go, and he's like one of those old people that just uses it to like get steps and walking and being outside.
Hell,
So
man.
it was like a good excuse, and I was
Sure.
like, all right, fine. But he saw it, and I was like, man, I want to play again. I want to play with him.
Nice.
And yeah, so I started doing that again. But they fixed the game so much. There used to be
Oh,
so
is it
many,
really?
Yeah, there used to be
Oh,
so
I
many
remember.
bugs. Like, it was
Even
terrible.
but even though it was so buggy, that section of 2016 was probably the happiest that the entire world was.
Have you seen the meme that was just like Pokemon Go was the closest to world peace we'll ever be at?
Yeah, I do remember seeing that, and now nobody cares. And even with it, there were still shitty things happening, like people getting abducted and killed, and people walking into traffic like a bunch of idiots, and it's just like, man. But Oh, man, I remember that. Like, I made not lifelong friends, but I interacted with people that I would never interact with, and like,
It was just so weird seeing like the different groups of people that
yeah,
were playing.
everybody was out.
Like I just expected to see a lot of me,
Hmm.
and instead it was literally everyone
Yeah.
from any demographic.
And it was cool because for a while, you could walk by people and be like, "Are you playing Pokemon Go?" And they were playing Pokemon Go, and it was just cool that everybody knew what everybody was doing, and it's just so nice. And now everything is all just back to normal, I
And
guess.
then Hillary Clinton had to ruin it by saying Pokemon go to the polls.
I would not be surprised if that's when half of the population of that game dropped off.
It was
Because, like,
bad. I was like, why? You just ruined it.
it wasn't even funny. It was like, it just
It didn't even make sense. Pokemon go to the polls. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? They're not registered voters.
2018, and we're still talking about this.
It left a mark.
This is the this is the most political we're gonna get on this show. But yeah, no, it was just so dehumanizing of her. Like, it made her
You
seem
could
like,
tell it was like, I'm pandering to young people.
yeah, it made her seem like a robot, and it was just like,
Even more so.
yeah. Oh my god. But
That's so terrible.
we're not gonna get more into that though.
I don't think we should, but it's
Definitely
always fun to
not.
make fun of
I'm
that.
sure people would get mad. All 4 of our subscribers.
How dare they?
Unsubscribe. Oh, now we have 3. It's Leanna. That's
Damn it.
that unsubscribe.
Our one viewer.
Y'all right there? I wonder why.
Unfortunately,
I
yeah.
wonder why that's happening.
It's probably the chocolate.
Yeah, I bet it is, Sal. I saw the view count for the last 3, or no, we've only had 3. Our view count went like 52 views, 21 views, and then like 6 views, and I was just like,
Hey.
yeah, I was just like, oh, cool, great.
It's a good trend.
Yeah, it decreases. That's YouTube for you, though.
It's got to get down before it goes up or dies.
Yeah, I guess so.
We'll find out.
I should just find a bunch of, like, since Facebook is going to shit anyway, I should just find a bunch of podcast pages and just promote the shit out of it, because, like, I'm sure that would get us some views. I put it on Reddit. Not a lot of people came from that. It was just no response. I was just like, here's this.
They're like, okay.
Cricket chirps.
Scroll past.
Yeah.
You can hear the mouses rolling.
Yeah.
Sorry.
You're not sorry.
No, it's so good. I saw it at work today. So I work at Target, and I work in the back room, and they brought back a cart of back stock, and in it was a bunch of boxes of Count Chocula cereal.
Nice.
And I was like, oh my god, it's here.
I must.
Oh, so good.
It's like the McRib.
I wanted to get it like right then and there, but I didn't have my wallet on me.
Mm-hmm.
And so I couldn't buy it, and so I had to go back. I actually got it right before you came over, like 30 minutes prior.
That was a cool story.
It wasn't, but thanks.
Great story, Grandpa.
Yeah. Well, there's some other stories that I could tell from work, but it's like, yeah.
What?
No. It's like too graphic.
Oh.
Yeah, because we're in the back, so we don't have customers back there.
Well,
so
see,
we could,
now
like,
that
just
makes me want to hear.
talk.
Do you have any that you can tell?
No, they're all pretty.
Like personal?
No, they're all pretty like sexual. Oh, ooh, there is one.
What? Come on, you have to tell something now.
No, so there is one. Okay, so
Oh my god! Like, you can't fucking tease me like that.
hot.
Jesus.
No, so you know, with the hurricane coming, Hurricane Florence and the machines.
Oh yeah, that shit's gonna get. Oh my god! Like, I saw some news coverage on that today. Holy
It
shit!
was like last I checked, it was like a Category 3 already.
and it's supposed to, and the trajectory that is coming is like higher on the coast than it's ever been, like in
It's
history.
supposed to hit the Carolinas.
Yeah, which never happens.
So my ex lives in South Carolina,
Ooh.
and they cheated on me while I was deployed. So some bad blood there.
I don't remember that happening.
It's fine.
Okay, cool.
Anyway, and so after I found out that it was like already a Category 3, this was like 2 days ago, but I showed my coworkers today at work. I said, I'm just gonna read the text messages that I sent, and let's see here. God, where's it at?
Well, I'll find
Give me a
that. I'll
sec.
just whisper into
Give
the
me
mic.
just a sec. Oh, today he sent me something gross. That was
My legs are super white.
I'll get into that. I was like, "Yo, you gonna die in that hurricane?" And he
her that or him or whoever.
I texted him, yeah. And he was like, "I'll get a little rain," and I was like, "Damn it!" And he was like, "But it looks like the state's freaking out, so school might be canceled. I'll make sure to snap you if I die though." And I was like, "Thanks. I want to know if I should celebrate or not."
Oh my god, what a strange relationship you have with your ex.
Yeah. And he was like, "I'll send you the death total so you can feel like the piece of shit you are." And I was like, "Well,
what the fuck?"
And I was just like, "Well, this spell will be in vain if you end up living anyway."
Oh my god.
And that was it. He didn't respond after that.
What the fuck?
But then this is the weird part. So then today, like at 2:00, he was just like, "Normal day at my house." Walking into the back to find 3 random dudes jacking off in our swimming pool.
What the fuck?
I don't know what to do with that. That's cursed information. I don't. Like, I don't know if they jumped the fence and they just, like, masturbated and then left, or, like, were they invited? Was this a he said normal day at my house. I don't know if this happens all the time.
This happens every day.
Is this, like, the pests in South Carolina? It's not, like, raccoons or anything. It's just random guys masturbating in pools.
It'd be weird if they had raccoons masturbating in the pools.
It'd be a little cuter, I think.
That would be a little cuter. That sounded weird. Anyway, next topic.
I'm not into bestiality. I'm just saying it'd be cuter to see it. You know what? I don't have to repeat it. I hope that made sense.
It made sense. I'm the weird
Anyway,
one.
Yeah,
Anyway.
So that's what happened at work.
Oh,
Yay.
nice. I didn't know you had. I guess I wasn't paying attention to your life for about 2 years. So I didn't know you had an ex or anything like that.
Yeah, no, it's fine. It's a lot easier with you since you've been with the same person for your entire life.
Yeah, I can't relate.
So,
I can't relate at all.
yeah.
People talk about stuff like that. I'm like, oh, neat.
Yeah, it wasn't too bad. It's fine. The reason I'm still able to talk to him is because it wasn't out of anything bad. He's like
he cheated on you.
No, but he's like addicted to sex, and he's very aware. And like it got to the point where he's like, "Yeah, I'm not even gonna try and be in a relationship anymore." Like, he actually sent me that too. He was like, "It's an addiction." Same with my alcoholism, and I was like, "Ooh, okay,
Neat.
glad I got out of that."
I didn't see this baggage when I walked in the house.
Yeah, a lot of baggage.
Oh man.
Like he was going to Europe for like 2 weeks or something. That's how much baggage.
Hmm.
But we all got some.
Neat. Some
Yeah.
heavier than others.
So that's why I'm still able to like talk to him, and that's just kind of how we talk. It's not actually any bad blood between us.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You guys are just like mutually, I cheated on you. You sure did.
No, that's not what I mean. I mean, like, when we talk, like, asshole shit like that all the time, that's how we talk to each other.
Oh, I see.
That's how it was even when we were dating.
Oh. Well, that's good that you have a healthy relationship with your ex. I think.
They live multiple states away.
There you
Like,
go. It's pretty easy.
Me saying, "Did you die in the hurricane?" was me asking, like, "Are you okay?
Oh,
Are you gonna
that's
be safe?"
cute.
No.
Yeah,
Oh,
I literally can't even, like, I just sit back and listen because I can't relate to any of that because I've been with my wife for 8 years. Not married. Wait, almost 8 years. It'll be 8 in October.
I kind of hope Megan heard that and she gets pissed.
She knows. She understands. We've been married since earlier this year. Shut up! Earlier this year. I'm not. I know. We married in June. Shut up. June 30th.
Ooh.
I know it. Shut up.
Maybe.
No, got married in June, and it's been pretty much the same.
There's just things on my hand now.
Yeah. Well, yeah, pretty much, and other certain things that come with marriage, but yeah.
Like filing taxes together.
Well, no, the fun stuff. I mean,
Oh.
the fun stuff. Never mind.
Okay.
You understand. You don't.
I think I do now, but that doesn't necessarily have to come with marriage.
Well, I mean, yeah, it did with us. Is my point.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough.
Because
Because he's a good boy.
Because we're old-fashioned. Couple old-fashioned folks.
I'm just gonna say he's a good boy. I'm just gonna leave it at that.
I'm going off the rails here.
It's fine.
My legs are white. Look at these things. My arms are more tan than my legs, and they both get the same amount of sun.
This is really fucking random, but okay.
I'm trying to think. Don't just call me out. God.
I don't know how to even like follow up on that. Like, yes, Kent, your legs are white.
My legs are pretty white.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Anyway.
I still have math homework to do after this.
Gross.
Which
I
is
haven't had
super
math
nice.
homework since senior year of high school.
This is the first time I've been in math since, senior year
And
of high school.
even that wasn't during high school. It was like in the summer before college. So I had like a college algebra class.
See, for mine was like, what I had back in 2014 was applied math for that second semester. So it was like barely even math.
I wish I would have taken
Applied math?
the easier math classes because after I went to K-State, I realized that taking the whole Kansas Scholars thing, it didn't matter. Like, it literally did not matter, and I could have just taken all the easy math classes and had a better understanding of even just a little math. But I don't regret taking 2 art classes in my senior year and not taking math because that was a fun year. I told that to our math teacher, whose name I won't mention, and she got really mad at me. I was like, yeah, I'm just not going to take a math class. I want my senior year to be fun. And she was just like, your senior year is not about having fun. It's about learning and preparing for college. And I was like, I'm still not going to take a math class.
My major's art, so
yeah, well,
this kind of is preparing for college.
Exactly. I was like, my major's art. I'm not going to,
It's stupid. But, I mean, when you're the math teacher, math is everything. So
it is, especially for this math teacher that we're talking
I'm not saying
about.
I agree, but I understand.
I was one of
Stupid.
I was one of her favorites.
I don't think I was.
But
I was...
guarantee you probably weren't.
yeah, I don't think I was many teachers' favorites.
Yeah.
There's,
Yeah. I don't think
There's
so
quite a
either.
few that I'm pretty sure hated me.
Megan told me that during her class with the teacher, she was like, all those kids in that class, they mess around, they goof around, they don't take any notes except this person, and Kent. And Megan was like, oh, that's my boyfriend. But yeah, I feverishly took notes in that class.
I was about to bring that up.
I paid attention, and I still got a C because I just can't think in numbers. And then you have freaking certain people who I won't name.
Me.
Well, yeah, you. Who dick around during class and mess with me and get A's. And it's just a bunch of bullshit. And
me and the person that sat on the other side of you would poke you and distract you, and then we'd get better grades than Ken, even though we forced him not to pay attention.
God. I took so many notes. And everybody was like, why do you take notes? She just prints out the notes. And I was just like, because I don't understand. If I write it down, maybe I'll understand. And I never did. Got a C in pre-calc. But I got A's in art,
So
yeah.
That's kind of what I did in math too. I would just sit there, and whenever she brought up something important, and I was like, oh, I'm not going to remember that on my own because it doesn't make sense. That was all I wrote down. It was very few and far between that I actually had to write something down.
Must be nice.
But it was nice, yeah, because then when it came time for a test, basically all I really needed to learn was like the formulas. And so right before the test, I would go to class a little bit early, and like Kent could probably vouch for this. I would just glance over my notes and be like, okay, and it'd be like a quick like snapshot of my page.
God, brings back so
many. And that was it.
It brings back so many flashbacks. I did not enjoy that class at all, and I did that. I did stuff like that. I would look over the formulas, and I just couldn't remember them.
Oh,
it sucked. I can't think in numbers. I think in pictures.
Well, that's kind of what I was doing. Like, it's not quite full-on photographic memory. It's really short-term, but I could kind of make it out.
I was only good with memory with, like, history and stuff like that.
Well, history was easier just because it was, like, a story.
History was the bomb. I loved that class.
It kind of just made sense. History, I didn't even have to take notes. I would just sit there and listen and absorb it.
You're supposed to take notes, though.
Yeah, but I didn't. Oh. I don't remember doing it, at least. That was one where I just got engaged, and if I just like talked back and forth with him and answered some of his questions, then it just helped me remember it. Because like I said, it was like a story, so I just remembered the story.
So nice. I was very like, I have to memorize all of this, which is a terrible way to learn. That's like not you should learn it. You shouldn't just memorize it for a test, which is what most of school was, which sucked.
I don't know. Sometimes like I've realized I have a really cool way of memorizing things, and it's associating it with like funny stuff. Like so for the airplane, we have to check it every time before like make sure it's safe to fly. And so I had to know certain parts of the airplane, and I remember them by like giving them funny nicknames or what they sound like. Yeah, so like there's like ailerons, and when I first read it as like Aaron, and so like that's the way I remember that. There's like a cowling, which is like the front of the aircraft on either side. And so I thought it sounded like a cow ling, and so instead I changed it to cowlick. And the way I'm able to remember where it's at is because the propeller is like a tongue, and so it licks it.
So you're gonna.
So it's simple things like that. And then there's like electric wicks, and I call them electric whiskers because that's what they look like.
You're gonna be a commercial pilot, and you're gonna start saying shit like this over the intercom, and people are just gonna be like, "What the hell is
we're gonna
going on?"
But like, it just helps me remember.
Cow licks look good.
And my instructor's like, okay, for like the real test, you can't do this, but he's like, it's fine. You're like remembering it, kind of thing. And I was like, I know. That's
exactly.
That's
the
like
point.
the majority of it is just remembering like what each thing is, and then making sure it's okay. So as long as I got that, I mean, it kind of matters if I know what it's called, but it also matters more that it's done.
Yeah.
So,
I'm
but yeah,
cur-
that's
I'm
pretty
cur-
cool.
I'm currently learning how to code games in the Unreal Engine, and it's really hard. Because well, it shouldn't be though.
Fascinating.
It's very it should be right up my alley because instead of like typing out code, there are these little nodes that you connect together, and they create like little logic strings. And I guess I just need to like touch up on my logic.
Whoa.
Because like it's hard, and there's so many different nodes to think about, and I think what I really need to do is just like keep looking up tutorials, and eventually it'll just kind of snap into my brain. But it's rough at first. But
I really don't know what that is. So
the like the Unreal Engine.
yeah,
Do you know what Unity is?
I know what a Unity is.
Okay, so how about, have you played Arkham Knight?
I've played Batman.
Okay. So at the beginning,
I hope that picked up.
when you open up the game, it'll show like Unreal, like it's like a company logo.
Oh, okay.
Unreal is basically just where is how the game is made, how everything is put together. An engine is like, I don't know how to.
So it's just like the equipment that makes it.
Yeah, it's
coding?
just like the software where it's all made.
Okay.
So yeah, that's what I'm learning right now. I want to learn Unity though, because it's easier, I think, and like I can make games quicker with it. But all in due time.
Is that my water over there?
Yes.
Can I have it?
Yes.
Thank you. Drop.
Good job.
Thanks.
That's a good catch.
They couldn't see.
I threw it to him from the other side of the room.
Sorry, I thought I was gonna puke for a quick second.
Oh my god.
It's fine. My body's rejecting the medicine.
Oh my god. Ugh.
No, it's fine. I only have like 2 more pills left to take, so like 1 dosage basically off. Then I'm done with antibiotics.
I had salmonella for like a week, 2 weeks ago, I think it was. I had salmonella, so that was fun. And I think it was because I was one of the people who caught it from the Ritz crackers, because I was eating Ritz crackers for my lunch every day, and apparently Ritz had to recall like a bunch of
I think I heard about that.
their products. And like I didn't know that at first, and so I was just like, why am I just shitting all the time? And I was like, this must be a Crohn's related thing. And then I saw that article, and I was like, I eat Ritz crackers. I'm constantly shitting. I must have salmonella. And then I stopped, and it kind of cleared up, but
Well, yeah, I probably wouldn't have gone away right away.
no, it's like a 7-day thing when you have it, and luckily I was just shitting. But
Speaking of salmonella,
oh, fun.
no,
Oh.
Iron Fist season 2. It fits. Remember the strain of bacteria like Typhoid Mary?
Oh, okay.
And it's like that's Salmonella typhi. That's what the bacteria strain was for typhoid fever.
Okay.
So it connects. The logic's there.
She has typhoid?
No, that's just her name.
Oh.
But then typhoid is typhoid fever. Typhoid fever is a type of salmonella.
Oh.
So salmonella.
That was
That's how I
a
got
great segue. I just needed it explained.
Yeah, so maybe not that great.
Anyway.
You were there when I looked it up, so I thought you would.
Well,
retain it a
I was
little
there
bit.
when you looked up typhoid, but I didn't know typhoid was a type of salmonella. You didn't tell
Yeah,
me.
I even read it. I was like, the full name is Salmonella typhi bacterium.
I guess I blacked out during that. Speaking of blacking out,
Okay.
but wait, actually, what were you gonna say about Iron Man? I'll say something. I'll say that later.
Nothing about Iron Man.
Or
but
Iron Fist. Shut up.
Iron Fist season 2 was such a redemption. I haven't even I haven't even finished it yet, but the fact that I want to is
Oh,
like
yeah.
a complete 180 from season 1.
It's very interesting too, since you didn't finish season 1.
Yo, okay, yeah. So I guess kind of spoilers, but like who made it through season 1?
There's 4 subscribers. Nobody
Jesus.
cares. I made it through season 1.
Kent, you're an anomaly.
I guess. And I made it through Iron Fist season 1 before I made it through any season of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Bullshit. That's terrible record.
Yeah, it's bad. But I did make it all the way through.
So like
Agents of
I
S.H.I.E.L.D.
dropped out of Iron Fist right before Davos showed up.
Mm-hmm.
And so like everything about him, everything about the ending where like they decapitate someone, I guess. No, I think that's in Defenders. I saw that.
I don't remember.
Really?
Both Defenders and Iron Fist were a huge disappointment to me.
Yes, Defenders. I liked the beginning, and then
The ending had me sour.
It,
I
like,
hated
just
that.
dropped off completely.
It was terrible. The fake death, hated that.
No, I think the biggest thing for me was like the fucking hole in New York City. I thought was gonna have like some kind of demonic army.
Yeah, and it was just a construction site.
Yeah, instead it was just like literally just a fucking
It's like,
hole.
did you guys waste your budget digging that
And they
hole?
were just like,
and then when you
what-
got to the bottom, you couldn't put anything in it.
What was it, like dragon bones or something like that?
Yeah, it was like some. But then fucking. Him and
I wasn't here for it.
there's gonna be spoilers in this, and I don't care. Fucking Daredevil and Elektra are down there, and they get crushed by 1,000 billion tons of rubble, and then Daredevil's fine. And it was like the minute that happened, the minute like all the building fell on top of him, I was like, okay, he's clearly not dead, because this is Defenders season 1,
And they already announced season 3
and they
of
already.
Daredevil.
It's like, guys. I know he's not gonna die. It's like, don't lean into this whole fake death thing that you've got going on.
It's honestly the same as the end of Avengers Infinity War, when all the people that snapped, a lot of them have sequels that were already announced.
Yeah, it was,
And I was just like, okay.
It's
like
like,
I kind of knew that it was going to get reversed anyway, but like that was just like a big slap in the face.
I think it's annoying that they even announce it. It's like, you don't have to. They straight up lied to us in the trailers. Why don't you keep that going and just not announce anything?
So I will say, Spider-Man Homecoming one, that's on Sony.
Oh, is
And
it? Yeah.
People are already worried because they're in charge of the marketing for that movie that they might spoil some of Avengers 4 in like Spider-Man Homecoming trailers.
You
Or
mean Spider-Man?
Spider-Man 2.
Okay, I was like,
Far
I
From
thought,
Home.
I
Yeah,
was like,
sorry.
I thought Homecoming was great.
Yeah. So people are worried about that because Far From Home is going to be released like right after Avengers
Oh my god,
4.
I just made the connection. Homecoming and Far From Home. Interesting.
Yeah.
Anyway.
He's supposedly on like a field trip, so Far From Home.
Oh, so it's
Yeah, he's supposed to be in like Europe. They're like shooting in London and whatnot.
so it's a different. It's like before Infinity War happened?
No,
Oh.
it's already been confirmed. I forgot who said it, but
Infinity War.
it takes place minutes after Infinity War or Avengers 4. Avengers 4. Sorry.
I don't like that they have already announced that Spider-Man is alive, but I'm very interested in that.
That's why they're like iffy about it because Marvel's not necessarily in charge of promoting it. It's still Sony.
Oh.
And so that's why like Sony's not gonna give a shit if they ruin Avengers 4. They're just gonna post whatever the fuck they want.
They better not. That's bullshit.
But yeah, so I'm gonna be upset about that. I am really looking forward to a Captain Marvel trailer finally.
Ooh, yeah. Looking forward to that. And they've got like a de-aged Samuel L. Jackson, so that's gonna be interesting to watch.
Mm-hmm.
I'm very, very
And
excited
Coulson's
for that.
in it.
Is he really?
Yeah.
Oh yes. But it's gonna be like pre-Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yeah. No, this is like set in the 90s.
Oh, so this is like
So-
this is pre-Iron Man.
Yeah, it's pre everyone.
Nice.
Well, pre everyone except for Cap before he got into a capsicle.
Okay, yeah, he's frozen at this point.
Yeah. He's still like somewhere out in the fucking Arctic.
Yeah.
Sorry. I don't know why my throat's hurting now.
It's okay.
Mm.
Speaking of blacking out, because I felt like that was a weird like thing to say and then not say anything else. So was it yesterday? No, it was 2 days ago. So 2 days ago, after work was over, I went to Walmart to pick some stuff up, and I got it was like a bag of gravel for our fish tank that we have, a Steam card, like a $20 Steam card, and a $25 PlayStation card. And I was like, okay, cool. And so I went to the checkout, and I first off didn't notice that somebody had already started checking out on one of them, but they were gone. So I just was like, oh, nobody's here. I'll take this one. And so I started checking out, and then they came and they're like, oh, sorry, there's somebody already here. And I was like, oh shit, I'm sorry. And so they had to clear everything out. And so then I checked, and they, like, all my stuff was already scanned. And so they canceled out her stuff. She went to a different thing. And then after that, I don't know what happened. I was outside of Walmart and I was like, wait a minute. I don't think I paid. And I have no idea where that 30 seconds went. So I turned around and I went back inside. I walked up to the old man who had helped me and I was like, I don't think I paid. And he was so sweet. He was like, no, you paid. And I was like, are you sure? I don't have a receipt. And he was like, yeah, I wouldn't have cleared if you wouldn't have paid. And so I was like, okay. And then he checked it and like, I cleared me. And I was like, okay, I don't think I did, but all right. And so I left. And and then I got home and it turns out I had actually 2 PlayStation cards because one of them had stuck to the back of it. And I was like, fuck, like, I don't even know if I paid. These cards aren't going to work if I didn't. But it was so weird because I think I blacked out. And I don't know why.
So probably the worst place to do it. I do it when I'm driving.
Were you just like, oh shit, there's shit in front of me I need to pay attention to.
No, I just straight up daydream.
Oh yeah, me too. I
Like,
almost ran into somebody like yesterday.
Not even staring at it's kind of like when you're reading a book. And
right.
You're just like thinking about other shit, but you're still reading the words and it doesn't make any sense.
Mm-hmm.
I do that while I'm driving. I'll stare off into the space, but like I'll create a different scene, so I don't know how I get from point A to point B.
Yeah.
I think the worst one though was like a legit blackout, and it was while I was still 20. And I just started work at this place. I'm not going to mention a name. I don't know, just to be safe. But I started working at this corporation and the plasma place.
Okay.
And
I don't think it matters.
So one of the managers was having a party at her house, and she lived in Junction City, which is like a good 20-minute drive from where I lived. And I was like, well, I just started work here. I need to make some friends, like, and so like everyone it was like a company party kind of thing.
Oh, okay.
It
wasn't just like
not
hey, I'm having a party.
Sponsored by the company, but everyone from the plasma center was invited and was going to go. So like, sweet, I'll get to know some people. I've only been there for like 2 weeks.
Sure.
And I was like, all right, let's do this. Get there. I brought Jello shots because I'm a people pleaser. And I get there and no one's there except for this lady who's like in her late 20s. That's being generous. I'm pretty sure she was in her early 30s, but and her husband who is active duty, and then like 4 or 5 of his friends. Mind you, I just turned 20 because my birthday's in January.
Right.
And so like here I am with these grown ass adults and no one else has showed up yet. And so like I just start pounding Jello shots.
Oh my god.
And like, mind you, I made 2 different kinds. I made like half with vodka and the other half with Everclear, which is like basically pure vodka or pure alcohol. And so like those were the ones I was drinking because I was like, fuck this night, like I'm just gonna be gone. And so I was doing that, and then somehow they got the idea. No one was showing up yet. And they were like, let's go to the bars. And I was like, I can't get in. I'm only 20. And they were just like, we got you. We know the bouncer. And they got me in.
Oh, my
So
God.
I was like, oh, my God, this is so nice. And then I couldn't buy a drink, so they were buying me drinks, too. And I was like, oh, my God. Old people are nice. They're so rich and, like, got their life together.
This is great.
And meanwhile, I'm struggling to get gas money to get out here. But anyway, so we were there. We were drinking. Then we got a call from his wife, who was just like, where the fuck are you? Blah, blah, blah. Can't believe you left without telling me. Blah, blah, blah. And then apparently people started showing up. So we went back to the place. Like, we didn't leave after she called. We only left after she said those people that were showing up. This was also the first time I went to a strip club. And it was with complete strangers.
Fun.
Not at all how I imagined it.
Ugh.
But essentially the point of the story was I got so drunk and I still drove home that night. And I remember leaving her apartment. I don't even remember getting onto the highway.
Oh my God.
The next thing I remember is pulling into my alleyway.
Holy shit.
It was literally like full on blackout drive. I don't know how I got home.
Oh my God,
I just,
Sal.
like I said, it was
You
literally
could have
like
died.
yeah, no. I literally blinked and I went from Junction City and I jumped like 15, 20 miles to Manhattan, pulling into my driveway.
Dude.
And I was just like,
holy shit.
like I remember opening my eyes and be like, "Oh, I'm in my alleyway." And I was like, "Fuck, I better park." I'm like,
Was
really wanna go
was
to
there any
bed.
damage to your car?
No, like I was
Oh my
fine. I
You,
just
you didn't
blacked
go
out
like
the
you didn't
entire
go
drive.
you didn't go like Wolf of Wall Street where you thought you were driving fine and you were actually just hitting every car on the way home.
No, it was fine as far as I know. I mean, maybe I hit someone, but I don't know.
Oh my god.
But literally, it was just like blink, blacked out, driving through Junction, the entire highway, driving through Manhattan.
And that's not a
It
straight
literally-
road
yeah.
either.
No, it was
that's
so
a
many
very
turns.
curvy and hilly
And,
road.
She wasn't like beginning of Junction City.
She was in the
like,
middle of it?
deep in Junction City.
I only see
Make
the
a turn, go into like an apartment complex.
I only see
which
the-
is like a maze.
I only see the pit stop that is
Oh.
Junction City. Like when you drive just by it
Yeah.
and it's all pit stops.
Yep.
That's all I know of Junction City.
Yep.
Like they have schools, don't they?
And it's not like I was like on the outskirts of Manhattan either. That was when we were at Bertrand House.
Oh,
It was
yeah.
like in the
That-
middle
you have
of
to drive,
town.
You have to drive through the drunkest part of town to get to your house.
Yeah, right by the bars.
Yeah.
And everything.
Oh my god, dude.
Like, I don't know. Like, through the police station. I'm assuming I went that way.
Oh my god.
But, yeah, it was just full-on
That's
blackout.
scary, dude. Oh my god.
I didn't really worry about it till the next day. Like I said, it felt like it was just like a blink, and I opened my eyes, and I was in my alleyway, and I was like, oh, sweet, thank God I'm here. And I was just
Thank
like...
God I could teleport.
Yeah, I was just like, God, I'm so tired. And so, like,
Oh my god.
like my exact reaction was like, thank God I could park, and like just pulled right into my parking spot, and I was like,
oh my god. Jesus.
and like I don't remember if I went straight to my room. I don't remember that part, but that could just be over time that I forgot of actually like walking to my room. But I'm pretty sure I blacked out again after I parked my car.
Jesus
So-
took the wheel that night, bro. Holy
Yeah.
shit.
I'm telling you, I'm cursed to live forever.
That's one of the many reasons I don't drink. Just because I don't want to experience that
No, you're good. Yeah, no, I never. Okay, so I don't drink and drive.
anymore.
Well, yeah. I had to get home though, and I was
Sleep at their
everyone was drunk.
house. Sleep at their house.
That was not an option.
Yes,
like,
it was.
No, we were all like leaving because the people hosting got drunk, obviously, and they got in a big fight, and that's why everyone was leaving.
Oh, jeez.
So like, not an option. Everyone was drunk, so like, we all were like, "Fuck."
Oh my god.
So like, there should have been like 50 accidents.
I had like a half of a sip of just straight Everclear. I don't know how people do that. It
Oh
is-
no, Everclear's disgusting.
It burns,
Mhm.
and then it continues to burn for like 30 minutes,
It
at
makes
least
you
with the
feel
little
warm
sip that I
inside.
had. It makes you what?
It makes you feel warm inside though.
Yeah, but you have to. No.
No, it's definitely not worth it, but it does do that.
I went to a party for a friend of mine, and
Is it mine?
I won't say her name because like this is a little embarrassing, but
Aw.
she just got super drunk on Everclear, and it was her party, and
Who?
I'll tell you later.
Aw.
It was she got super drunk on Everclear, and it was just like, and then she started puking later, and I was like, that's why I don't do it, because like that's usually the end result, because I don't like puking. Puking is gross, even if I can't remember it.
So I'm gonna quote Mean Girls here, and when it comes to alcohol, I'm a pusher. I push people.
Yeah, you would have probably. Okay, I'll be honest. It was like her house and a party for her, and I was just like, yeah, sure, go ahead, why not? And then I was like, I probably shouldn't have pushed her to do it. I wasn't the one pushing her though. But
I've pushed some of my friends so hard to continue drinking. Like
it's because you want to keep the party going.
Sam and Isaac mainly. Matt tends to just drink on his own anyway.
Matt
So like
is-
he doesn't need any push. And neither do I, but like I've made Isaac throw up before. From Everclear actually.
Like, did you make him drink it straight?
Like pressuring him to like take a shot, I did it. Like
Oh my
terrible person.
fucking enabler. Jesus.
And he's like, I can't. And he did it anyway, and then all of a sudden like
because he's sick and he can't.
there was one time
can't
we
back down
even
from
bet each other, and he like it got into competition because I know how to play Isaac.
And you can't back down from a
Yeah,
challenge.
Exactly. He's like, I can't lose. But there was one time I bet him money. I was like, I bet you can't finish this bottle.
Oh my god!
He did it.
How much of it was left?
It was $20.
How much of it was left?
Oh,
How-
it was like,
that
well,
big of a-
they can't see. No. It was like a bigger bottle, like a quarter of a liter.
How many swallows?
But it was probably equivalent to at least like 2 shots.
Oh.
straight. Yeah, at least.
See, the person I'm talking about finished like half of like a small bottle, and it was just like
Of Everclear?
Yeah.
Oh my god, that shit could have killed him.
I know.
Jesus.
I know.
See, like, even when me and Isaac would take Everclear shots, we made Everclear mixed shots. So it was like Everclear and orange juice as a shot because, like, fuck that straight. But anyway, so he
It's
did
like a really dirty screwdriver.
it's like the dirtiest,
Oh
like
my
an
God.
eroded screwdriver.
You might as well just put paint in it.
But so like that time I bet him, that one stands out a lot because he finished it. And I gave him $20, and he was so happy. And then we were laying down in bed.
$20.
And like, so we shared a room. So like, I was laying in my bed, he was laying in his, and we were kind of talking. And then I was like, "Good night," and he's like, "Good night." And then all of a sudden, he's like, "Sal," and I was like, "Yeah," and he was like, "I think you won this bet." And I was like, "What?" And he just gets up and starts puking everywhere as he's making it. So like, you can't see obviously because you guys are over there, but like, he had his hands over his mouth trying to hold it in, and instead it hit his mouth and shot onto my bed and his bed, like, you know, like ricocheting off his hands. So it didn't go forward, it just went to the sides. And he's like running to the bathroom with it like falling out of his mouth, and finally all I hear is and so I had to get up and like, we wound up sleeping in the same bed that night just because like most of the puke was on my bed, and I was like,
Oh no.
sucked through my blanket and my sheets, whereas for him it just went through one of the blankets.
Oh my God.
And so I was like, fuck you, Isaac.
You're the one who enabled him.
Doesn't matter, he was the one who couldn't handle it.
Oh my God.
I was drunk too, I can't consent.
Oh my God.
But so like, we grabbed one of the blankets from like the living room and but it was so terrible. I was like, "You're sleeping on that side because you're probably gonna puke again tonight, and I do not want you to puke on me."
Oh my God.
And then one of the other peoples that I enable a lot is Sammy. This is bad. 'Cause
Poor
Sammy
Sammy.
doesn't drink, but when he lived with us, if we had a party, he just felt obligated to
And
drink.
he's all skin and bone, so it doesn't take much for him to get drunk.
One of my I still have a Snapchat saved on my phone, where we both got super drunk, and like, he wound up laying on the floor and was like, "The living room is spinning." And he like grabbed my face and was like, "Oh my God."
Oh, Sammy.
I'll have to show you that video when we're done. But it was so funny.
That is funny.
He was just like rolling around on the ground. He was like, "Ah."
I've never had. I'm so boring. I've never had any experiences like that.
It's fun. I think like, you don't even have to be drunk for it.
Right.
I mean, obviously when we all get together, it's pretty fun. But
The first weekend of my freshman year in college, I lived in the dorms, and it's the first weekend after school starts, so everybody goes crazy. And my roommate, one of my roommates, I had 3, was he smashed up Xanax on the sink and then snorted it and then drank like a small bottle of tequila. And that's when I left the dorm because I was like, all right, I'm going to go because this is going to get nuts. And then I came back and he was just puking into the toilet and just clogging the shit out of it. And it took like 5 hours to unclog the next day. I didn't unclog it. I made them unclog it. But
yeah, naturally.
Yeah.
I made Isaac clean up the blankets.
I offered one of my clothes hangers because we had to literally like unclog the toilet, and it was disgusting. But oof.
Yeah, that. Ugh.
If you're ever in Manhattan, Kansas, week before St. Patrick's Day, is that when Fake Patty's Day is?
Yeah, it's the weekend before.
There's a little there's a little tradition where all the college kids go out and just get shit faced.
It's Fake Patty's Day.
Fake Patty's Day. It's actually
yeah,
pretty fun. Sounds pretty fun. I've only like driven people around and made money, but
the best way to remember, it's the weekend before spring break.
right. Well, spring break's different for
Which
for some schools.
Yeah, yeah. But
So I thought it was the week before fake St. Patrick's Day.
it tends to end on that too.
Okay,
But it's not necessarily exactly a week before. It's always on a weekend.
I see.
It's always on a Saturday, and it's always the weekend before
Fresh
spring break.
My freshman year, when Fake Patty's Day came around, my roommate was like, "You should just drive people around and make money," and so I did. I charged like $5 a person, and I made like $180 by the end of the night.
I drove with you for a little bit of that.
Yeah, you did.
Remember that? I drove with you while I was like trying to sober up to go again for like the nighttime because I think I met up with you like around
I think I remember that. Like
in the afternoon.
I was just your sobering pit stop. Where you...
Well, like I was already trying to get sober, and then you needed someone to like help navigate a little better.
That's right.
And I was like, I could do that. So I did that for a little bit, and then I think it was like maybe an hour, if that. And I was like, okay, I can't. I want to go back.
I'm done, which is
that was
fine.
Fun.
Yeah. That was I think the worst part of that about that night was I went back to the dorms just to kind of recharge, and then I went back out because I'd publicly announced my phone number like on the side of my car, so people were calling me for a ride, and so I just went back and waited in the dorms, and somebody called me, and I was like, okay, I gotta go out, and I forgot my wallet in my dorm, which wouldn't have been a problem, except I got pulled over by the cops because I had kept my blinker on for too long, and they're like hawks on Fake Patty's Day.
Yeah,
so
from like neighboring counties,
any abnormality on Fake Patty's Day, they pull people over. And so they pulled me over, and I had 4 people in my back seat, and then my navigator, who at the time was Rain, and 4 people in the backseat is not good. That's illegal.
Well, yeah.
And none of them had their seatbelts on, and I was like, oh shit. And so I looked for my wallet, didn't have my wallet, and I was like, Rain, I'm fucked. I don't have my wallet. And so he was like, you know why I pulled you over? And I was like, no. Because I wasn't speeding. He was like, you had your blinker on for a little too long there. And I was like, oh, I'm sorry. And then I looked around and I was like, I don't have my license. And he was like, where is it? And I was like, I left it at the dorms because I had to come out and pick some people up. And he looked back, and none of them had their seatbelts on. Everybody was like, and the people, total strangers in the back, were being totally supportive of me.
Yeah.
You good?
Sorry. Yeah. I kind of forgot I was in the mic too.
But like the people in the back were being totally supportive. They were just like, bro, it's okay. You're doing good. You're doing fine. It's fine. And they're totally drunk. But it was really nice to hear. But he was just like, all right, give me your.
Ever received.
Yeah, he was just like, yeah, give me your registration and I'll, pick it, whatever. And I was like, fuck, I'm fucked. I'm going to get a ticket and it's going to suck because you guys don't have your seatbelts on. And he came back and he's like, all right, son, I really appreciate what you're doing here. You're helping these people get home, and it's really, really good thing that you're doing. Just keep up the good work and make sure they get home. And I was just like, okay, thanks. And then he left, and I was just like, oh my god. And yeah, so I dropped them all off, and then I went back to the dorms and got my wallet because I didn't want to pull that shit again.
I don't remember that at all.
You weren't there.
I know.
I just never told anybody.
Okay,
about
yeah,
it,
that's what I was getting at.
Yeah. That was probably the most stressful night. There was one fair that I had. I'm not gonna go into the story because I can't remember all the details and it'll be boring. But he was like a big fat guy and he was super drunk and I think I have him in my contacts still as the preacher guy because he was a preacher apparently. But he was so funny and like vulgar the whole time, and it was a fun time. But
so
the worst experience I've had with driving around drunk people was for like a month, the briefest amount of time I was in a fraternity.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
It's okay. It doesn't
Which
matter.
fraternity? Was it Teak?
No.
Teak is bad. Don't go to Teak.
Yeah. Pretty sure Teak was the one known for raping.
They were the rape allegations. Mm-hmm.
No. I think it was in Beta Sig.
I don't fucking know all the...
Yeah. It wasn't bad.
Wait, before you go into your story, do you know how do they choose... Is it just an ancient thing? How do they choose the letters for sororities and frats?
I don't know.
I've never understood
I know
that.
it's only Greek letters.
It's only Greek letters, but like, has it just always been like tridelts are a sorority and like other things?
I think so. I know it's like a national thing, so
it's just like a traditional thing, I guess. That's always been that way.
Yeah, I don't remember where it started. I want to say it started on like the East Coast and like Ivy League schools.
There's got to be some meaning behind it.
But I think now it's kind of tradition. So like, there's different chapters for each fraternity / sorority.
Right. But anyway, sorry.
But yeah, it doesn't. That part doesn't really matter too much. I don't even care enough to look into it. But so part of our initiation as freshmen was every person had like 2 weekends during the semester that they had to shuttle other fraternity members anywhere they wanted during the weekend.
Okay.
For like parties to make sure everyone got around safe.
Mm.
And
my
like first weekend, the second weekend was supposed to be in Halloween, which is another reason why I dropped, because I was like, fuck that, I'm going to have fun on Halloween.
Mm-hmm.
But my first weekend I was driving people around, right? And this dude puked all over my car.
Jeez.
Like, he was in the passenger seat too, so it got all over the
Oh,
carpet.
no.
All into, like, the side door pockets.
Oh.
All in that. It went into the glove box through, like, little cracks.
Is that your old car?
Old car, yeah.
Like that you had earlier this year?
Yeah, the white one.
Oh, my God. Ew.
And so, like, after that, I was like, I'm going home.
I'm not doing
And
this
they were
anymore.
like, what? And I was like, I'm not doing this anymore. Like, no one's going to want to sit in here anyway. I was like, I'm going home. He can't clean it because after he puked, he was, like, going dizzy, and then he wound up passing out anyway. And I was like,
I'm done.
I'm going to have to clean it anyway. I was like, I'm done. Good luck. And I took everyone out of my car, and I drove back home just pissed off with the windows down, trying to, like, air out the puke smell.
God.
It was so bad.
I put trash bags on the back of the seats for that, just in case, and surprisingly nobody puked. It was interesting.
Yeah, that's where I learned that idea, was because of that.
Yeah.
Because then the next day, he was like, I'm so sorry, I didn't mean to puke in your car. Because, yeah, the next day we had to clean up the house from the party. And I was like, fuck you guys. I was so pissed. And the guy, like, walked up to me, he was like, I'm so sorry, I didn't mean to puke, I'll help you clean it out. And I was like, it's already clean. Did you think I was just going to leave it there for a miracle to happen? You piece of shit.
Oh my God. Yeah, frats just don't. I'm sure there's a sense of brotherhood with it, but I don't have time for that shit. I don't have time to go to all the events and do all the things. It's just like I'm just gonna not.
So all that stuff was bad. There were certain things I liked about it. Two of the main reasons I left was because I didn't like any of the class that I was in, like all the incoming freshmen, and I didn't like most of the sophomores that were in it.
I bet.
All my favorite people were seniors, and I was like, they're gone next year. But the one that made it just end for me was at the parties. I didn't even want to go anymore because I couldn't invite any of my friends unless they were girls.
That's weird.
And I was like,
that's so weird.
Like, someone pulled me out to the side because I invited like half and half because they're my friends, and they were just like, you can't be inviting this many guys. And I was just like, why? They just didn't have a reason, because I mean, we know the reason.
Yeah.
But
that is so.
that's when I was just like, okay. And so after that one, I stopped going to any of the parties, and then about a week later, I just dropped altogether.
Would you agree with the statement that the stereotypes for frats and sororities are pretty spot on?
As a whole, yes. But like I said, a lot of people
agree.
I liked were the seniors. Mm-hmm. And I think it's because they realized, like, oh, God, I really got to get my life together kind of thing.
Yeah.
And, like, they were more focused on class and school. And
I
they
definitely
already built the relationships, and they weren't. A lot of them had girlfriends already, too, at that point. So there was not a let's fuck everything that moves mentality.
Yeah. I definitely know good, like, nice, respectable, and friendly sorority girls and frat boys.
Yeah.
One of my roommates was a frat boy. He was like a Delta Chi, I think. Do you remember meeting Chase?
I think so.
He's tiny. He's small.
I think so, yeah.
Super cute.
Maybe not to know.
He's good. No, he's cool. He's really cool. But he was one of the nice ones, and he had a friend. I forgot the guy's name. I think it started with the C. But yeah, they were like the exception. But overall, any frat boys I met, any sorority girls I met, they were all just so unbearable.
Yeah, like I said, I think it changed with age.
Yeah,
because like I said,
they
I
were
didn't
definitely
like
freshmen, sophomores.
I definitely didn't like any of the freshmen and most of the sophomores, if not all.
Yeah, 18-year-olds are stupid.
Junior class was like half and half. And senior class, I liked all of them. It seemed like.
Seemed like chill guys.
Yeah, they were really chill, and they like understood. Like, one of the main reasons I wanted to join a frat was like to make friends. Kind of thing, and instead it felt like they were pushing out my old friends.
Yeah,
and I was like,
it's like I already have friends. This is fine.
Yeah, I was like, this is whatever. Fuck it, I'll just do it the old-fashioned way. I
I
guess.
can't remember the name of the band, frat and sorority. I think one of them was Sigma. I don't even know. But like, I knew all the people in those frats and sororities, and they were all very nice people. I would say that the band, if you're a band kid, normally you're pretty chill and you're pretty cool. There are obviously some real assholes, but like the ones in the frats and sororities were pretty cool because a lot of them were in my section. So
the one that I went into, I was a biology major at the time, and so a lot of people in that fraternity were science-based majors, basically.
Right.
Whether it be engineering or chemistry or biology as well.
Mm-hmm.
Some of them were like biochem, and I was like, oh God, bless your soul. But so that's one of the main reasons I joined that one too, was because it had a bunch of smart people in it. And I was like, good, I need this. Yeah, because another good plus side of it was that they had mandatory study hours.
Oh yeah.
And whatnot,
nice.
to like help people get higher GPAs, and then
You got to maintain that to stay in the frat.
Yep. And
Which
then-
is the only seemingly good
Yeah.
part about it.
well, they also offered like scholarships for people
Oh,
depending
oh.
on their GPA too.
All right.
And so it's like, oh sweet, I could really do this. And in like their study room, they had files on previous tests from other professors in certain classes, so you could like study off past tests, stuff too. So like those definitely perks. And I really wanted to live in the house, but I was already living with Matt and Isaac and Sam, which I think would have helped too, being around them more rather than just mandatory times.
Mm-hmm.
But overall, like I said, I just got a really bad taste in the beginning, and I was like, I can't do this. This is not me.
Did they have weird initiations? Like the weird initiation, like hazing rituals?
No,
Oh.
at least mine didn't. Like there was initiation stuff that we had to get done as like a pledge class before the end of the semester. But like I said, I was done by like a week or two into September,
Nice.
if that. And so like I maybe did like 2 things off that list with them before I was done.
Nice.
So I can't really speak too much about that.
My brother's going to K-State for computer science, and hopefully, he wants to be a game developer, so that's cool. We could start our own company, but I really hope he doesn't join a frat. I hope he just stays independent, because I don't know.
Yeah.
Frats have just given me a bad taste in my mouth.
I hate to do this, Kent, but we're gonna have to end this.
Yes, I agree. We were on one
That,
topic
and
for a
I have to go
while.
to the bathroom.
And yeah, okay. Hope you guys enjoyed. We're gonna cut it off. It's been over an hour. So yeah. Bye.